Okay, today I'm going to be talking about cognitive generation. What that means is that your brain generates stuff. Like it's all about creativity. So, for example, imagination, intelligence, personality, intelligence. Yeah, I said that again. Okay, so imagination. Uh, the front of the brain goes to the back of the brain, and it loops around and it creates images. And so the way you create something is that you have a like dislike system in the limbic system, and and depending on what you want, if it comes up that something you want and or something negative happens, if it's negative, it'll just shift away. So it'll shift away. It'll steer the the image. So you'll create images you want and not create images you dislike. When you're dreaming, you're not in control of that process. So you can't imagine away the bad things unless, of course, you're lucid dreaming, and then even then it takes practice to get the bad things out of your dream. And so it also has to do with memorization. Like, for example, if you read a book and the little feedback loops have to be swirling around in order for you to get that just to memorize. So if you're memorizing something, um, it takes tighter loops and faster loops to get, because feedback isn't one speed. It has multiple speeds, and that determines what we learn. So if you're learning something and it's not, your brain isn't going at the right speed to in multiple areas. If you don't have it in the right area, you won't memorize it. And if you don't have your imagination in the right setting, you can't control it. So if you're just daydreaming, then that means that you're not in control. You're just letting it happen. And so if you control what the images turn into, you can create things. So like you can invent things. So and personality, personality has to do with the attunement of your inside loops with the outside frequency of what's just happening around you. So if you're like in Myers-Briggs type indicator, the loops inside your brain are going to be different, and that's going to determine which personality you are. Now, for example, like I don't imagine things, so it's like INFPs, or they imagine a lot. They have lots of daydreams, but the thing is, like, I have this condition called aphantasia, and that means that I can't see things in my mind's eye. I can't close my eyes and see a red balloon, for example. All I see is the black background of my eyelids. And so people say that, oh, I can kind of abstractly not see, but like so I know what a horse looks like, but I can't see the shapes. I can't see like there's the snout and stuff like that. It's like it's like if a computer were to render a horse, but not but only in its memory and not show it on a screen. So it's in the computer. It would be on a screen if there was a screen, but the thing is my screen is broken. So I can't put it into the back of the brain, which actually sees color and shapes. I can abstractly know what the horse is shaped like and what color it is, and even like horses I've seen. Like I remember riding a horse when I was a kid. So like all my memories, they don't go to the shape and color area, so I can't see it. But it's still there. It's still there, and so it's not like I'm, because color is very distinct. If you can't see a color, it's not there. It's people say that there's this one person that said that I do see things when that aphantasia is not a real condition, that everyone sees anything, but that's not true. See, it's either you see it or you don't, because I close my eyes, I can't see a red balloon, I can't see a horse, but I still have memories. It's a very weird thing. So anyway, back to cognitive generation. So fluid intelligence is the same thing. It's like the loops are going as they are, and it holds on to something, and then when they loop around, they organize what is there, and then produce something. Because in an IQ test I took, I had to deal with several things, and in the when I was doing it, um, it was called figure weights, and it's the most fluid intelligence part of the test, because you have to deal with multiple items and you have to deal with their relationships. So it's like a whole bunch of relationships, and so if the loops are able to grasp like 10 things and then organize them and then put it out there, then that's what cognitive generation has to do with intelligence. Because if we put it down to a basic loop or loops all working together, then it becomes much simpler to understand what cognition is. Because I'm coming like drawing. You look at the paper, and it goes into your head, and then it comes out, and then it comes in, and then it comes out. That's a loop. It's coming in and out, in and out, in and out. And that's how we create, that's how we generate, and there isn't anything else to it other than that. So the thing is that if oh yeah, so I was thinking that whether I am INTP or INFP or INTJ with the personality types, because I bet that there's a loop structure that follows that each of those three personalities I just mentioned, that those structures. And also there's another thing. So if it's if the loops are working together, that creates the different personalities. And if the loops aren't working together, you have different disorders. So the thing is that you could have a damaged part of your brain, like you could be under so much stress that a part of your brain just burns away, and then that means that everything has to go around that, and that creates problems. Or you're just disorganized. Your brain is just disorganized, and it's randomly switching around inside your head, and because of that, you would well, one aspect is that some people think that I have autism or Asperger's because of just because it looks like I'm stuck all the time. It's like I don't come out fluid in the way I speak. I don't come out fluid in the way I have my mannerisms. It's like it's twitchy, and it's like it gets stuck. And but the thing about that is that I don't have problems with people. I don't have problems understanding people. The only time I have trouble understanding people are when it's hard to explain. So, for example, people are different, and so if a person thinks that if it's their problem, right? A person thinks that it's your problem when it's actually their problem, and that means that they think that you don't understand people because it's their problem that they're projecting on you. So it's like how can I understand that perfectly. So it's like or for example, let's say that we're talking about politics or economics. So if you don't understand economics in the way they do, then they'll think that there's something wrong with you. Or if there's politics where they don't understand, they think you understand politics differently, that means there's a problem with you, and so you have Asperger's or something like that. Now the thing is, my mannerisms and my attunement, it's a problem, but it's not a people understanding problem. So just to sum up, cognitive generation is a whole bunch of loops, and and um, it has to do with coming up with something, because your brain is creating new loops, and those new loops are creative generation processes. And so if you have a problem with yourself, I mean high level intelligence, like if you have high level intelligence, then that means that the loops are working together to create more loops in a highly integrated structure. And if there were a better way to do something, it becomes highly complex, and so it's like everything is working and it has relationships. So you get all these relationships, and it's all highly it has a lot of information to it. You can handle a lot. So you handle a lot of relationships, and you can create things, and that's basically it.